OJ Simpson, I mean, an extraordinary, iconic figure in America. First, as a sporting legend that everyone worshipped and revered. Then the murder trial, where many in America feel he got away with murder. Then this weird thing happened where he was basically convicted of an armed robbery, trying to get back memorabilia at gunpoint and so on. How do you feel when you heard he was going to get parole? How do you feel about OJ Simpson being back on the streets, given that I believe your gut feeling is he probably did commit the murder?
Yeah, I've said my opinion before. I think he's guilty of the murder. And see, OJ is a guy that loves to be out in front of the camera. And if you hang around bad quality people, bad things will happen, which we found out when he went through a robbery. And I kind of knew that he was going to be paroled because of the media here in America.
He broke into this Las Vegas hotel room, held up 2 memorabilia dealers for collectibles that he says were his, found guilty on all charges and given the maximum sentence of up to 33 years in prison. At that point, I think a number of people must have thought, well, at least he's going to serve time in prison. Was that the impression that you got?
Yeah, 100%. I really believe that Nevada said that to Los Angeles, this is how you prosecute a crime. And I think that a lot of people out here said, you know, karma is what happened to O.J. Simpson.
What makes you believe that he was guilty?
First of all, and part of that is, Piers, what happened here is it was a total racial divide. Some people, it was the black and white. And to be living here, and I think you were here at the time, it was really racially divided. And at that time, I did a radio show, and people would come right to my car that hated me, black or white. And the reason, hindsight, you know, I see all the things that happen now in the trial, and at first I didn't, but when the DNA test came out, the DNA showing that it would be 1 in, I think, 10 billion, I mean, DNA turns over a lot of convictions and also convicts a lot of people. And for the jury to not even deliberate on the DNA, and they deliberate for 4 hours, it just shows you that the jury already had their mind made up.
And to remind our viewers, Kato, the jury was very heavily skewed black jurors against white.
Yeah, I think it was, if I remember, I think it was 9 black, 1 Latino, 1 white. I have not had contact with anybody in the trial. I was a closer friend to Nicole, and of course I was friends of OJ also, trying to see if they could be in love. And it was, you know, I was witness for the prosecution. And yeah, my feelings of that he's just a person that, my opinion, of course, is that someone that wanted to have a wife and others also. And I think it's just the way he is. ESPN did a documentary, and it shows kind of his life. And he even says that he didn't see himself as a black man, and he just saw himself as someone that was always loved. And I think he wants that love consistently. And if he does anything after the parole, if he does a reality show, if he does a book, I hope that he pays his civil judgment to the Browns and the Goldmans if he gets this landmark deal to do a reality show or a landmark book deal. And, you know, I personally think he should just be quiet and spend time with his family. He's 70 now.
Kato, for everyone caught up in that trial, you all became incredibly famous stroke notorious. What has life been like for you to be forever attached, just because you happen to be in the house, to one of the most infamous murders in American history?
You know, Piers, great question. And the thing is, I came out from a state called Wisconsin to be an actor in Los Angeles, and my career goal has never changed. I know I became famous for a horrible, horrible tragedy, and I'll never forget that. I pursue things that I've pursued over 22 years ago, and that won't change. So my life is guided by things that I need to do. And if you call me or anybody says it's exploiting, it's not me exploiting at all. And if anything, sometimes the media exploits me or whatever. But I know who I am, and so I have to go and continue to make a living.
Yeah, of course you do.
And if OJ was to call you, if he gets out, and say, hey, do you want to meet up and talk about stuff, would you do that?
I wouldn't. I really think it's something that it's not going to happen, first of all, and there's no need for me to talk to him. I think his life will go on until his life ends. And I've been approached by a company, Piers, already, to do a thing where he moves in with me or I move in with him. And they offered lots of money, and it's just something that will never happen, and no matter what, because I personally couldn't live with myself for something like that.
Kato, look, it's good to talk to you. I really appreciate you coming on the programme.
It was so much great to watch you on TV here. I appreciate it, and thank you both so very much, and good morning, Britain.